So I said it last time. We're going to be talking about body mechanics a lot. We're going to be talking about it a lot in our tests and measures course. We're going to be talking about it a lot in this course. We're going to be talking about a lot in PTA 3, right? We're going to be talking about a lot in PTA 4 with neuro as well. We're going to be talking about it a lot in your clinicals with your clinical instructors. So we're going to be talking about how to protect your own bodies all the time. Because like we did the math out in tests and measures last class. We have a lot of patients to see. We have a lot of things to do with them. And if our technique, our form, if we are not protecting our own bodies, we're not going to have a long career. So we've really got to make sure our body mechanics are sound. Crucial to understand good body mechanics to prolong our careers and also maintain a healthy, active lifestyle. I got 2 kids that need to be thrown on against the couch at the end of every single day. If my body mechanics are poor all day long, how do I feel coming home? Beat up, not feeling good, right? Don't have any gas in the tank. My back hurts. This hurts. I was doing this. No, it's awful. It really bleeds into other aspects of our lives. Do you remember when your first shifts working at the Muse were, either as bartender or as a cook? How did you feel going home after those first few shifts? Yeah, a lot of work, right? So yeah, if we don't have adequate body mechanics in everything we do, especially on a repetitive task, it's going to come back to haunt us. So we're also going to teach our patients how to properly move. So this is not only for us, this is also something we're going to be teaching our patients as well. Most low back injuries are caused by cumulative microtrauma caused by poor body mechanics. So good body mechanics use own body motion to produce motion that's safe, energy conserving, anatomically and physiologically efficient, and maintain balance and control. We'll talk about how some of the ways we can do that are. So the textbook goes into a little bit of I think some good things. I think sometimes it's a little much, but let's talk about this. And especially our lifters, we can think about how it applies to sport too. But the first thing is determining the weight of the object to be lifted. Anybody ever lift something that didn't realize it was that heavy? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what is in here? Why does somebody get 12 bricks sent to them? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so knowing the weight of the item that you're about to lift, it can be really important. The next thing, visualizing the lift. I think that might get a little cute, but what do especially our power lifters, what do you guys think? Is that a practice you've used a lot in your powerlifting? You're not just gonna rip it. Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's some application to that. Yeah. Yep. So what I will say with the visualizing is making sure you have a plan. I think that can be really important. So it's one thing just to say, hey, I lifted this big heavy object. Well, where are we going to go with it next? And if the next thing is clearing the path and obstacles. So yeah, where are we going with this? If I'm going to carry something big and bulky and I need to carry here, I don't want to have to go around or kick something out of my way. I should be doing that before I have that heavy object in my hand. So that is something, and we're going to be talking about that a lot. And as we start thinking about our treatments and handling patients, if we're going to be walking with our patients who are a fall risk, where are we going? Where's our exit plan? If something goes wrong, where are we going to be? Yeah, we want to make sure we're set up for success. So the biggest thing that we can do as far as lifting is position our center of gravity near the object's center of gravity. Where's our center of gravity? Roughly. Midline at what level? Yeah, belly button is a great place to just to say, belly button, right? So, and it's belly button, but it's also anterior, posterior. It's right in the center there. So we want objects close to us, as close to that belly button as possible. Next thing is increasing our base of support to just beyond shoulder width. So the big thing I'm going to drill a bunch with us is increasing our base of support isn't just lateral, it's also anterior posterior as well. And the big thing when we're working with our patients, the reason for that is, can you come here for a sec? If I'm working, let's see, how's this look? You stand right here. Good, face me here. So if I'm working with my patient and they start to fall into me, if my feet aren't, did you see what I just had to do for that? What did I have to do? I had to take a step back to not fall down, right? So now he was very nice. He had a slow speed. He didn't put all of his weight into me. But when somebody's falling into you, do you think I have that amount of time? And we're of similar sizes, right? So if you fell into me and did that same thing, do you think I'd have the same luck of catching him and being able to? Now, if he did the same thing, but I had a big anterior posterior go ahead and fall into me again, good. I mean, world difference. Did you guys see the difference there? So thank you so much. So having a good basis support is crucial. One, to keep us safe, but two, when something goes wrong, we'll be able to absorb that force without falling down. And that's going to be really good for us. Next up, engage our core musculature. So you're going to hear me say it all the time. We need short arms, short arms, short arms, short arms. So short arms, short lever arms, decreasing the force needed to carry an object. If we grabbed, anybody got a water bottle next to them? Grab your water bottle. Everybody can grab their water bottle. All right, hold it in close to you. All right. Can we hold this? How long can we hold this for? If I told you, all right, we'll hold it like this, we'll test your bicep strength at the end of the day, you know, could we hold this until 3:30? All right, hold it out here. Now, what do you think? How long do you think we could hold this for? We got some different size water bottles. You're at. You wish you about it. Right? So how long can we hold? How are you starting to get tired already? So tough. Yeah, significantly less time, right? Why? Did we change the weight of this at all? No, what did we change? We changed the lever arm, we changed the moment arm, and we changed the amount of torque that's required out of our musculature for it. So you'll hear me say this all the time. We want high school dance close with our patients, not middle school dance. Okay. Middle school dance, how far apart are we? Right? Who went to Catholic school? That's the other. So I have patients go to Catholic school. What are you talking about? Yes, I had to explain. Well, that's right. That's right. So, you know, we got really long arms here. If I'm handling my patient, if we start working together here and I'm saying, okay, don't worry, I got you. My arms are way out here. Do I have a shot at actually controlling them at all? No. High school dance close. Right close, right? We are going to get heart to heart. We are going to get, everything is nice and close, right? Short arms. So you're going to hear me say that a lot, both when we're moving our patients, guarding our patients for balance activities, but also when we start doing our manual muscle testing, how important that can be. We want to maintain a vertical gravity line. That means we're going to be as upright, straight trunk as possible. And you'll see that a lot with our manual muscle testing as well. Maintaining our normal anatomical lumbar curve. We don't want to overemphasize it, right? We don't want to say like, oh, I've got to really do this. You guys see that at the gym when you're teaching people how to lift? And they say, oh, okay, good. And you go, wait, that's the opposite. We don't want to go that way or that way. We just want to keep it neutral, right? So that's what we want to do here too. And it can be really tough. But the reasons for it. Reduces mechanical stress to lumbar ligaments and intervertebral discs. If we fall into flexion, that the way that the anatomy is designed, it creates a lot of pressure posteriorly, and especially if we add load to it, we could be adding too much pressure to force the discs posteriorly. That's that next one, increased risk of posterior lateral disc rupture. Also, if we maintain that, it increases our stability, maximizes muscular force coupling. So we're going to be able to generate more power if we keep that lumbar lordosis than if we don't. And that's what basically the next thing is, that we're able to produce more power. Whenever we can, we're going to be powering with our legs, avoiding rotation or flexion at the same time. So what I've got now is we're going to just practice these lifts. We're going to look, and it doesn't have to be anything, any big objects. We just have stools here we could try practicing these lifts with. There's a variety of lifts: deep squat, power lift, one-legged stance, pushing, pulling, reaching. The page numbers are going to be different for all of our versions of textbooks. It's roughly in the 70s or 70. 7th edition, page 74s, and then 76 for the 6th edition. So, find the pictures, and I just want to let's take about 30 minutes and just practice all of these. See if you can have good form with all of these. Now, make sure as you're working with partners, and Tony and I will be walking around, the fundamentals of our positioning: widen your base of support, keep the objects as close as possible. Even with light objects, I really want to focus on those two things. So lumbar lordosis, base of support, and short arms. Those are the big 3 things I'd like to focus on. Okay? All right, so let's practice all of these different lifts for about 30 minutes. So, walking around, I think everybody did a fair job. Couple little things here and there to think of. I think it's easy when we're lifting our backpacks and different boxes and pushing tables here. It gets way more complicated in a little bit when we start moving patients who are completely dependent and weigh 300 and something pounds, and that cannot help us. It gets way harder to push a patient in a hospital bed that the bed itself weighs a ton of weight, and then we also put another person in it, than pushing just one of these tables. So when we start, you're going to be hearing me say those 3 things: base of support, keep your back straight, and short arms. You're going to be hearing me say that every single day. So, and we'll be looking at that with much more complicated movements in just a minute. So lots of opportunities for us to educate our patients, and lots of opportunities to be aware of our posture and then correct it as well. In the textbook, it shows a picture of, I think, doing some electronic documentation. Is that the picture that's what there? Next page maybe is the. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity for us to educate, not only to be aware for ourselves, but also to educate our coworkers and staffing. And every single nurse that I work with complains of neck pain because of their position that they have to document in, or they choose to document in. So if we can educate some of that, then we've helped out a coworker and helped them play with their kids at the end of the day, or not have a headache, or be able to read a book at the end of the day, instead of saying, I have a headache, I need to do whatever to fix it. So lots of opportunities for us to use our fundamentals of mobility and body mechanics. All right, so here are the big 3 things that I would like you to know for this. I try at the end of every PowerPoint to have one last slide just to say, like, okay, if you miss class, if you've fallen asleep, if you anybody just not here one day and not I mean, we only had class 2 days, so hopefully not yet. But you know, some days you just say, "Yeah, I went to school. I did not pay attention to lick." Yeah, it was most of my education. Yeah, if you ever do, last slide. Hopefully that just tells you the big stuff. I really hope that you took home from it. Okay. All right. Any questions? So.